Welcome to today's episode of Let's Talk Lending. Today, Bank of Canada did a rate announcement, and I am with my co-host,
Barb Pinsent from the Mortgage Center.
Okay. All right, Barb. 8 times a year we get together to do this. Drum roll. What happened today?
No change.
Nothing.
Nothing, which was fully expected.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are saying that, think that they will increase rates if they feel the need to still. So it's not totally off the table, but inflation numbers are coming down. We're at 5.2 from, I think we started like at 9. So I think
It was 8.1. 8.1 mid-July last year. So, and
yeah.
that's when,
So yeah.
yeah.
And they expect that to see it down to around 3% middle of this year and 2% toward the end of next year. So that's good news. Now
Well,
we just keep our
let's
fingers
hope so, right? And so, I mean, one of the reasons that they're not doing a move right now from the stuff that's going on with the states, so they don't, I mean, if they drop the rates, like things would start to go, right? Things would start to get busier, but then they feel that the inflation would go up. And then they want to combat what's happening in the states and they don't want to put us into a recession by raising rates. So they're leaving it as is. Here's my prediction, Barb. I think we're not going to see any changes. And I think it's going to be, let's see if I'm right. Okay. Let's see if I'm right until like October, And then I think we might see it come down. That's my prediction.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking we're not going to see anything until the new year. No coming down till the new year. But again, remains to be seen. So we'll see.
All right. Barb says nada for this year. Melanie says October. Let's see who's right. We're going to have a year-end review. All right, Barb. So we're doing our Let's Talk Lending. What do you got for us today? Because we always do a little update. Once we do the Bank of Canada rate, what are we talking about today? And I think I know we're repeating this topic, but I think it's really important to repeat.
Yeah, I agree. And we're talking about a pre-approval versus a pre-qualification, the difference between the two, because there is a big difference between the two. And
Are
do
you
you
ready?
want me to start with the
Oh,
presentation?
yeah, let's go.
Okay.
You're ready to go.
I'm ready.
Sorry, Barb.
So a pre-approval is a more formal process that involves reviewing financial information in detail. So we're going to get a credit application. We're going to look at your credit history. We're going to get paperwork from you because everything needs to be verified, and better that we do all of this up front than wait and then we find something out when you've gone out and written an offer on something. So bank statements I like to look at. I look at everything so that I get a sense of the client. And if, again, like I said, if there's something that needs to be discussed, I talk to them about it up front so that no surprises when you get out there and you start shopping around. So it's the whole the whole kit and caboodle here. Debt servicing is looked at because we have your income numbers. We've looked at your credit history, so we know what your debt servicing ratios are. We can send your application into a lender for a rate hold. And, depending on the environment, a rate hold can be a beautiful thing to have because we can get that rate locked in for you for 4 months. So, and, a look at what today's rates look like, subject to change, of course, without notice, but this is a sense of what they look like, and we can get it sent in to the lender asking that they hang on to that rate for us. Also, I always like to mention that a pre-approval doesn't guarantee a final approval, but it does give an estimated loan amount and an interest rate that you qualify for. Sometimes the application is clear cut. There's no gray area. We know it's a done deal, but sometimes it's not. And so, you're not going to say don't go out and look around, but there is the chance that maybe too much credit or too much owing on credit cards or 2 creditors, or there've been some missed payments or whatever that looks like, that can determine whether or not you're going to get a mortgage. And so if the rest of the application looks good, we want to take a chance on that and send it into a lender. Unfortunately, can't get a pre-approval done by the default insurers. So if you're putting less than 20% down, doesn't matter how, who's done the pre-approval, how much paperwork's been approved or looked at, you still need to send a file in, and we need the answer first from the lender, if we have a lender who's willing to do the mortgage, and then from the default insurer who gets the final yay or nay and as to whether or not a mortgage is approved. And when you're being pre-qualified, All it is some really rough numbers. So it's intended to provide an idea of the loan amount that you might qualify for. Just a casual calculation based on information. So Melanie tells me how much it is that she makes a year. She tells me what it is that she has for debt right now. Oh, I have really good credit, no hiccups, no blemishes. And so I'm going to do some really rough numbers based on that, but nothing's been verified. So all it is an estimate of what you might be able to spend on a home. Yeah, and I think this is in here twice, but yeah, we don't look at credit history, no documents obtained, just a simple phone call where we go over numbers with the client.
Okay. So it's better. Which is better, Barb?
Definitely the pre-approval.
Right.
Yeah. Just because everything's been looked at, and like I said, it's not always a slam dunk. There is some gray area there, but it's definitely better to have everything looked at. You can't take $5,000 and put it in your bank account and not be able to verify the source of funds to a lender. So money that's just been put into an account can't verify source, and money that you had at home or you got for a side job that you might have done, or those type of funds can't be used for the down payment. So they might have to sit in an account for 90 days or so. We've looked at all of that before you go out shopping and then make recommendations.
Gotcha. So here's what I'm going to tell you what I think is going on in the market here. Here's our contact information as well. So I'm going to take this down though, and then I will put up our little banner here so that people can get a hold of us, because if you fill out the form, we both get the information. We're happy to give it to you. So, I mean, here's what I'm seeing right now. Condo apartments downtown are selling and they're doing very well. I think I'm seeing more investors. Some of the lower priced properties are selling fairly quickly, which is good to see. I think we're going to start to see the kids are off for their school break right now. I think it's a little bit busier than I thought it was going to be this week. I thought it was going to be really quiet. I think starting next week, when the kids are back in school, I think things are really going to start to pick up. The warmer weather is coming. I have seen green grass out there. So that's encouraging. I know, right? That's encouraging to see. But here's the most important thing. I'm going to tell every single buyer, and I hear this sometimes, and I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit. Oh, let me just see the house. I'm sure I'm fine for No, I want to look at the house first, and then I'll go talk to the bank. No.
Yeah.
You're not browsing. It's not like you're going to Shoppers Drug Mart to go check out a house, right?
Right.
People need to leave their homes. You're asking agents to take time away. Yes, it is our jobs, but we also need to know that we're working with someone that can actually purchase a property, and every single seller wants to know and have that to know that the person walking into their home can actually buy the home. So it's I cannot stress enough the importance of getting pre-qualified. And, Barb is an excellent person to get in contact with. And I'm happy to get you out there, because I do think that everybody's looking for a deal. But I think, it is a buyer's market right now, but I think very quickly it's going to change into a balanced market. That's what I'm going to see. And we're going to see the good properties are going to get picked off very, very quickly, because I think, I've got a couple buyers myself just waiting for the right house. Yeah. So, and for those that do have your house for sale right now, just a little bit more patience. It's coming, right? Yeah. The spring market is coming. It's a little bit late to start this year. I think it's going to come. But anyway, so June 7th is our next date that we have our next rate hold announcement, Barb.
That's right.
Awesome. All right, guys. That's all we got, but that's more than enough. It's like just over 9 minutes, Barb. There we go.
Yeah, great.
All right, perfect. All right, get a hold of us. letstalklending.com is the best way to do that. We are happy to answer any of your questions. I hope you're having a great day.
Great. Thanks so much, everyone.